They're asking Akademiks to smear my name. Lights up, mics up. Let's get these likes up. Hit that subscribe. Listen, gang. Many of you know I have a Twitter account where I go to post most of my upcoming videos and in general my opinion about the state of things in the world and some of the people in this world that are in the hip hop space, right? And against my better judgment, I go on Twitter knowing how toxic it is and how ridiculous they can be on there and how butthurt these guys can be, okay? And many of you have told me in no uncertain terms, Challz, get your ass off of Twitter, go to blue skies, go somewhere better. Twitter is too toxic, and I agree to you, but really nobody's following me on blue skies, gang. So I am still on Twitter against my better judgment, right? So where I'm going with this thing is I don't know what has been happening lately. The Drake fans have been they've always been extremely rude and obnoxious. They've even threatened me before, but right now, gang, I don't know what's going on. I'm only going to talk about two because there's so many. I would be here for hours giving you all of the threats and the mean tweets and the generalizing of my character, telling me I only eat off of Drake and I'm a grown man that needs to get a real job because I admitted that I 100% am a grifter for Drake and this, that, and the third. All these weird ass narratives that they've come up with, gang. And I know in certain terms I will eat off whoever because this is my occupation, right? If Drake is doing stupid stuff in the news, I'm going to talk about the stupid stuff he's doing in the news and anybody else. It ain't just Drake. If you go down my timeline, I don't just talk about Drake, but for somehow, some way, every time I mention a bubble bath rapper, they come running with a bar of soap trying to scrub a dub. But this is how this goes. And I understand and I accepted it. But now it's getting to the point where I don't know what happened in the last five. Well, I do know what happened. It's that OVO story, and it's getting a little too close for comfort. The OVO story, the one about the lawsuit, they cannot spin that one, gang, and that one is hurting. It's kicking them in their ass. And I'm going to just talk about the two tweets among, minimum, gang, a minimum. It has been at least 200 awful tweets, right? But I'm just going to talk about two that stuck out. And one of them that stuck out was some OVO member guy who went and said he hopes my tumor markers come back because that's one of the things they see in my bio, that I am a cancer survivor. So they constantly, it's been like this for a year and a half. They'll come in and say, I wish the cancer got you. I wish you never made it. This, that, and the third, gang. Well, my family's happy that I'm here, okay? And it's the most inhumane shit to say, but at the end of the time, I've expected that because for one, a lot of them are from burner accounts or they're from hidden places and they're anonymous. So they say this kind of stuff. But in the real world, they don't say these things, right? But somehow, some way, these people would rather you die than say a mean word about their favorite rapper, right? So this guy said that and for some reason thinks I reported him. I reposted it. I said, this is a Drake fan wishing death on me pretty much. I reposted it. People called him a scumbag, and you know what he said? He said, boo-hoo, right? And could care less about it. And I go on today, he asks me and says, my account got reported. The next time, some nonsense, it was like he's going to say whatever, this, that, it's ridiculous. I don't know what he was talking about. Don't remember. I said, bro, I tried to respond, but he blocked me, right? He blocked my comments from whatever post he wrote. So I was going to tell him, gang, first of all, I don't care. I didn't report you, right? This is not about me reporting you for that post. I didn't do it. And if I did it, I would tell you, right? But that's the first tweet, right? That showed you how unhinged they get. Then the second tweet I saw today, and this guy I did report for the purpose of if this does get put in action, we need to document it. And I need to know where this started and who did what and who tagged who. But some guy randomly tagged DJ Akademiks and Akademiks TV, literally, this is not an exaggeration, and told them to find this guy's dirt. Let's get this F-N word out of here. find his dirt, we will repost it. Literally telling Akademiks and Akademiks TV to pull out and find out everything they can about me to smear me and start the demise of Challz, a good old Challz, right? So where that is going, in my opinion, is they're getting scary. They're getting scared before they could just handle my observations and my little snide remarks or whatever you want to call them, my little quips about Drizzy and the album and this, that, and the third. But this part right here with this lawsuit and this OVO loan and all these other things going on, these facts are a little too hard to just brush under the table, sweep under the rug, right? It's not something you can spin anymore. And it's making the boy look really kind of bad in their eyes. And at this point, they can't laugh it off no more. They can't just write me off as some random hater, because I'm literally, when you watch the video that he reacted to, it was my video that I put up today, where I literally was reading everything going on with Akademiks TV, how he got that he got served for that RICO lawsuit. Now, the lawsuit could go nowhere. Who knows where it's going to go? It's irrelevant. I read directly from what was given, the information that we had about the lawsuit. Homeboy couldn't think of nothing else, because for some reason he decided it wasn't nothing he could say to dispute what I'm saying, so we got to get him out of here. Goes and tags Akademiks and Akademiks TV to smear me. Now they want to just smear me, get me out of here, get me out of the way, put some shit on my name, put some dirt on my name, and somehow, some way, then I'm out the way. For what purpose, I don't know. But at the end of the day, all I do is report the facts, gang. I don't get up here and lie. They try to say, you use misinformation and hate. No, I talk about this guy and he does enough stuff that will make you think that it's not true. But oh no, it's true, gang. It's 9 times out of 10. And yes, we're allowed to speculate. I don't know why Akademiks is allowed to go live for hours on end and say the most heinous of shit, and Akademiks TV is allowed to repost and retweet and make up complete fabrication shit. But somehow I need to be destroyed for my misinformation and lies, this, that, and the third. But these guys get to go around unchecked until now. We just saw the lawsuit and a lot of things coming down from the pike. What it is it's starting to unravel. The world is becoming small around them. They used to be untouchable. They used to be able to do all these things in the darkness and pretend it wasn't. Akademiks literally called the Grand Wizard chat guy, he literally called him AI. Like, this guy don't even exist. You can't touch him. Oh yeah, he does exist. They found him and got pictures of him with his dogs, okay? They threw the subpoena, whatever the paperwork is that they gave him. They threw it on the ground. Once it touched them, you've been served. So now it's real. And what's going on is these guys don't like to hear about it. They don't like to hear a guy unabashedly, I'm not on their side. I'm not trying to spin it for them, right? So that bothers them. And for some reason now, they got to get me out of here, okay? They got to take me out. And it's getting kind of crazy, spooky, and hilarious over there, okay? So what I'm doing is, I'm telling you, I'm just showing you a tip of the iceberg. You got one guy wants me to get cancer again, of all things, and die, okay? And you got another guy that wants them to smear me. And I'm not even, I wish I was exaggerating, okay? I got to take breaks off Twitter of how much hate comes on there. But at the end of the day, I'm allowed to use Twitter just like everybody else. I'm allowed to post anything I want on Twitter, right? Anything I want to write on any social media. That don't give you the right to wish death on me or to come and try to smear me. But at the end of the day, I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to be here. And I know whatever they launching, it's going to be some bullshit. And what I'm telling you right now, ain't really nothing to launch, gang. I really do nothing, gang. So end of the day, what's going on is they're starting to get paranoid. They're panicking. They're spiraling. They're becoming unhinged. And the fans can feel it. Even though they're not saying much, because I think Akademiks hasn't said a word about this since this thing came down with this lawsuit. It got real because they hadn't served Grand Wizard. He thought he was in the clear. But this thing with Charlemagne and Akademiks and him telling him, watch your back, your bands is rolling on you. Oh, yeah, it's getting a little scary over there. And them fans can feel it. And these deranged guys are now taking it out on the people that are doing the work of bringing this to you. This is literally, these are journalists. These are news stories that we're doing. We're doing journalist work at this point. We're reading directly from the documents. This is the stuff we're making up, pulling out of the air. We're reading directly from the documents. They don't like this. So now they're getting desperate and they want to shut the noise up. Because it ain't about streaming numbers no more. It ain't about being number one no more. This is about some really deep, dark criminal shit that is coming to light, and somebody gonna have to answer for it, okay? Now, end of the day, what I'm telling you is Where it's going, I don't know. But when they start to get this, they start to frothing at the mouth like this and starting to get a little hungry for something to eat, they're going to try to find something to eat. But, gang, I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm going to be here regardless, gang. I've taken this on for come what may. I've decided this is what I do for a living, gang. Right? This is what I do. This is what I believe in. And when you believe on something, you can't run away and be scared of it. So whatever Akademiks and Akademiks TV decide, which they are aware of me, gang, because I am blocked on Akademiks TV. Okay, end of the day. So it ain't like these guys don't know who I am. My videos are up all day and night on Twitter. These guys go crazy every time I write something. So they 100% know who I am. So whatever's coming down the pipeline, I'm just letting you know ahead of advance. I'm here. I'm going to be here. I ain't going nowhere. All right? End of the day. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. Am I exaggerating this? Am I making too much of this? Or is this something that we need to be watching? Because it feels like this is getting a little serious. Gang, I got people in my comments telling me to pull up. I got people in my comments telling me when they catch me in the real world, all this crazy shit. Right? Nothing ain't happened to me, gang. I haven't been in any kind of way in 30-something years. So I'm not worried about none of that. Okay? But end of the day, when people telling you that, you got to kind of pay attention, okay? I got people dead ass telling me, yo, let me know where you going to be. Over Drake, over a rapper they do not know, gang. Over a rapper they do not know. I've just learned the fine finesse. You do got to block some of these guys, gang. A guy went in my thing 2 days ago talking about, yo, when we start pulling up your dirt and we putting you on display and we catch you in the rip, start talking all this. When they get a little too crazy, gang, you got to cool them off. So I did block a dude, 2 dudes, like in the last 2 days. I don't do a lot of blocking, though. I let you speak. I let you be free. I let you say whatever. It don't matter to me. I got a thick skin. It's whatever. But when you start pulling in my family, you know what I'm saying? All you got to do is say my family. That's your block right there. I'm not going to go back and forth. You say some family, boom, block. End the story. So that's it. If you see somebody like, Challz blocked me, he probably said something crazy about my family. Other than that, have at it. But when you get too weird and you start talking this danger, this, that, and the third, then we're going to have to just time you out. All right? But that's all I got to say, man. Listen, this is not some shit I made up. This is dead ass. These guys are starting to feel uncomfortable with the things I'm saying to them. And I'm not being disrespectful to the guy. I go out of my way to not call these dudes OVO hoes, but you know what? They act like OVO hoes. You know how many times I say, I'm not going to call them OVO hoes, and I'll go in and say something else. But they act like hoes, gang. I'm just going to be honest. So at the end of the day, this is where we are. This is where we are. Dudes want me to die. They want to find out all the shit about me so they can smear me. And they want to pull up and find me and catch me on the block, this, that, and the third. But just keep it to the internet. You don't got to go digging and trying to do anything, this, that, and the third, trying to destroy a motherfucker. It's whatever you want it to be, gang. I'm going to still do my job. I'm just letting the people know that do rock with me, what's going on out here in the pipeline. This is how mad they're getting out there, and this is where it is at this point, and we'll see where it goes, all right? But, gang, I'm going to be safe. God got me, and it is what it is, okay? That's all I wanted to say on this video. I'm going to leave it at that, man. Listen, it's spooky out here. But we going to be all right. All right? Listen, every Wednesday night we go live on the What Show. Tune into that. I got a Patreon account, Challz Brown Patreon. You can sign up for free. All right? Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. Peanut Butter Tan's music video. That's me, TJ and Flair. That's off the web project. Lock into that, man. Listen, I'm out of here. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine.
Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim, and left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within, with the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin, with the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin, and then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking, and all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face, and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here, we ain't the cheese, we the trap.